You just have to get over it. We're resellers. There's going to be a mess behind you.
Mess, y'all, mess. Hi again, my name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller. And today I'm going to be doing my What Sold video for last month, December 23rd through the 26th. We were on vacation during that time. And that was Monday through Thursday. But my sales were still pretty good. I had 3 days that were probably a little bit above average, and then 1 day that was a little bit down. But y'all, this week is painful. This is, right now it's January 4th. Yeah, and sales have just, for me.
Wasn't this supposed to be January 3rd's video?
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
We didn't get to it.
No.
We had a busy day.
We did.
I'm going to complain about this. Daniel's girlfriend, Janiyah, had a job at a coffee shop. It's a national chain.
Yes.
It's run by a terrible manager. Terrible owner. He bounced some checks, payroll checks, in December. And then hers was going to bounce. We checked with the bank. We went to deposit it before we left to go to Missouri to visit my family. And our bank called his bank, and they said, no, it's not going to clear, so we didn't deposit it. And it was a big uproar. The employees refused to go to work until they got paid. And the owner said, well, we're just going to assume that if you're not opening the store, that everybody's quit their job. Which, if you don't show up for work, that's technically what you're doing. But Monday, Daniel took the check over. Our bank called his bank, said, yep, it's going to clear. And that was on December 23rd. Well, January 3rd. January 3rd.
It
bounced. They tried it twice and it bounced. So, of course, she had spent some of the money thinking it was clear. Now her checking account was in the negative. And what a pain it's been for her.
I think that it's her first real job. She was just had started, maybe a month?
3 months ago.
Oh, 3 months.
She'd just been working a little bit, but she hadn't been working very much.
Right.
Well, at the end, she was working like 20 hours a week,
yeah.
which was good for her, and getting the first job. I think the manager there has sought an attorney that's going to seek collection. We were getting the information from the bank, and the bank guy we talked to said that it's been a weird day, been dealing with something, and the police. And I was like, oh, people filing complaints against the coffee place, and he's like, yeah, and so that's why we're here. So anyway, I think we're going to head there today. We're going to go file a police report for writing bad checks and contact the State Department of Labor, because this guy is you pay your employees. These are mostly young people, high school kids, people just out of high school, young, single moms.
And all their checks bounced.
Right before Christmas. Right before Christmas. And then you think you got it cashed right before Christmas, so you go spend the money to buy, Christmas gifts for people.
And pay your rent. And
then it bounces after the fact, and now you're in the negative. So what a dirt bag. I was mad because of that. You were mad too, but there's one more thing that makes you mad. Returns.
Returns.
So we got to talk about that today too. But you need to let me calm down before we get into that one, because it irritates me too. But overall, it's part of doing the business. But yeah, we got our numbers, and we'll talk about them in a bit.
Let's get to what sold. I had sales on Mercari, Poshmark, Etsy, and of course eBay.
No Bonanza so I could heckle at Beth some more?
Nope. First thing on Mercari were these LuLaRoe women's leggings. I remember going to a yard sale, and all of these LuLaRoes were $1 each. So I went ahead and grabbed, I want to say 3 or 4 pairs of them. These Donald Duck ones sold for $12 on Mercari. And then this is a vintage current scene denim jacket. Sold on Mercari for $48. Now we've got a couple more days until Mercari goes back to charging us fees, and of course the buyer some fees also. And I've been holding out, pulling my money, because I'm frugal like that, until we can start pulling our money from Mercari for free again, instead of the $2 fee that they have been assessing us. But a couple more days.
Are they going to give you a tool to increase your price back by the 10%?
Yes. And am I going to? No. I never did change my prices the last time. I did not take my prices, whichever the down, to help the buyers with the 10% that they were being charged. I just left all of my listings the same way, so it's not really affecting me at all.
I thought you did that.
Did not.
It ain't gonna hurt for it to be 10% cheaper anyway.
No. All right. Oop. And then on Poshmark, I had a bundle order. I don't get them very often, which was really nice. This person bought 2 pairs of Levi's for me for a total of, I think it was $42. So very nice. And then this Farm and Country 1,000-piece puzzle. Oh, I paid $1 for these. Yeah, I only sold them for $8 on Poshmark, but these were all from that Finders Keepers sale years ago where we bought tons and tons of stuff. And I think all I have left is some puzzles. So, you know, I'm content to make $5.05 on this item just to make it gone. And I still have one more. And then this Barrington Green Frog plush sold for $27. And then my Etsy order. I'm still making good sales on Etsy, just a few every few days. But I sold this How the Grinch Stole Christmas Max doll from 2000. It was on sale, so it sold for $35.95. And then,
hold on. You mentioned Grinch. I got to talk about this. Before Christmas, I saw several videos on Facebook or YouTube. I think it was on Facebook where I would scroll through, and there were videos of like families would have, you know, some sort of Christmas doings and the Christmas tree, and little kids like, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, and they would have somebody dressed as the Grinch come in stealing the presents, and then maybe Santa comes in. They were so awful. The kids were terrified and bawling, and
yes.
It was just, why would you?
Not funny.
It just seemed not funny. It seemed like you're upsetting your kids unnecessarily.
And then on eBay, again, I don't do free shipping, so when I say something sold for this amount, the buyer has also paid shipping. And I'm not quite sure what's up with eBay. Well, for the last 2 days, my sales have been deplorable. And then when I look at the screen, I see it's all whopper-jawed, as Robert says. So obviously eBay is having some issues today. So sorry for how this screen just kind of seems to be all over the place.
Their text is overlaying their image area.
Yeah, it's weird. First thing that I sold was this Lamax Enchanted Forest Playing Checkers. I picked this up at my favorite little estate sale company. I paid $1 for just several different things. The Department 56 stuff was way much more, but I do better with Lamax all in all. Anyway, so this set sold for $20.20. And then this Good Stuff Caveman Plush sold for $9.71. Pleasant Company, which is the original American Girl company. This was a Bitty Baby replacement yellow pillow, sold for $14. Ertl, Chunky, Farmer, and Farm Animals. I used to do so well with these. Not anymore. I think I've got several sets of them. I know I won't be picking them up. I did find some more at the bins while we were in St. Louis. I didn't pick them up because I'm just having a really hard time selling these now. This set sold for $9. Bates Women's Tactical Side Zip Boots sold for $35.95. White House Black Market Capri Jeans sold for $11.89. Discovery Channel Baby Cub Plush sold for $8.05. Still selling a lot of the old stuff. I think I wrote it down. I'll share it with you maybe in tomorrow's video on how many items I have left at the beginning of this year of anything that was listed before 2023. So I think I've sold at least half of it. Wrangler Aura Women's Black Jeans. We do well with black jeans in a lot of different brands. This size sold for this pair sold for $15.94. a viewer sale. So thank you so much, Sherry. Sherry bought the next 2 items. She bought this Ron Botafoto white bear plush. Showed it in a recent haul video. Sold for $17.95. And then she also purchased my Disney Parks Lion King Baby Simba in the swaddle blanket for $17.95. So thanks again, Sherry. Gap men's long sleeve shirt sold for $11.89. These are Old Navy, the Diva bootcut jeans. Y'all, these still sold for $17.71 for Old Navy. We find a lot of them in this area. Not all of them do this well. I think it's just that they were dark and, 6 short. But $17 for Old Navy is really, really good. This is a gray dolphin by Paul E. Cernow. Sold for $8. Again, another old listing. Bread and butter. Make it gone. Kelly Toy white Siberian tiger plush. Sold for $10. Animal Adventure white rabbits. Sometimes I'll do a lot of 2 of the same or similars. I think I had one of these and then I found another one. I just decided to make it a lot of 2 because it wasn't worth a whole lot. And I was able to, bump the price up a little bit. They sold for $10.75. All right, let's talk returns. For 2024, I had 60 returns, which, y'all, if you think about it, that's more than 1 a week. And it was annoying. But I also sold 6,100 items last year. So, what, 1%? So I broke it down. Of the 60, I had 1 eBay managed return, which was, I think a package got lost that was eBay International. So that one's just kind of a wash. eBay covered the return. So, and then I had 12 that were considered, my fault. I had 4 defectives, and of which 3 of them I did not have them return. I had 4 that said doesn't match, but some of them were weird. Just weird.
Sometimes people lie.
Yeah. Then I had 2 that were damaged. Of those, 1 of them I did not have returned. 1 for missing parts. I didn't realize a jacket was supposed to have a belt. That's the missing part. 1 where I sent the wrong item. We got 2 bags mixed up with the wrong SKU number, and I sent the wrong one. So that was my fault. So of those, I only had to refund 8 original shippings. Because anytime something sells, like they change their mind or it doesn't fit, you do not have to give them their original shipping. Now, sometimes they're going to balk on that. And all you have to, say, when I say I give free returns, that means I'm paying to have it returned. I do not have to give the original shipping back. But I don't think I had any of those this year.
Amazon, if you buy something from Amazon and you get it and you say, I don't like it or it didn't, whatever, you have to pay the return shipping. Mm-hmm. They don't expect, and you shouldn't. If you change your mind, you're the one that changed your mind.
Right.
The seller shouldn't be out the money because you changed your mind. And I feel the same way when I buy something on Amazon. Like, this isn't going to work for us. It's not their fault. Right. I made the mistake.
And then the rest, let me see. I want to say it says 45 or 46. I can't read my writing. Doesn't fit. I had 23 of them. Not all of them were clothes. Like the puzzle. Remember the puzzle? Doesn't fit. Doesn't like 8. Changed their mind 4. Ordered by mistake 2. And then I had the 1 inauthentic return. It went through eBay authentication, and they said it wasn't authentic, which I need to deal with that at some point to find out exactly why they say it was inauthentic.
The buyer messaged you and said, I would still like to buy these.
I would still like them.
But we looked at that just yesterday, and it said, doesn't seem authentic.
Right.
Was what eBay put.
Yeah.
With no reasoning. But doesn't seem, what do you like? They get it out and they just kind of look at, I don't know. They should have said not authentic.
Right.
But it seems sketchy when they say doesn't seem authentic.
Yeah. And then I had 9 cases that were closed because they never returned the item. Or the buyer closed the return. And of those 40 some, I think I wrote here, I had 2 that I didn't make them return. I think one of them was a really low dollar thing that I really just didn't want to resell again. So I just let them have it. So, I mean, not really that bad.
I have numbers for you.
You have numbers for me. I'm going to go ahead and go look at these numbers.
I pulled these from I think there's an eBay returns report.
Yep.
I did it yesterday, so I can't remember exactly where I got it, but it's in there. Before we dive into the numbers,
right.
Why would you do Top Rated Seller Plus to get, that means 30-day free returns, 1-day handling. Why would you do that?
Free returns.
And free returns. Why would you do that?
eBay gives those of us that are Top Rated Seller Plus 10% off of our final value fees for those items that fall, in those guidelines. So I sell a lot. I make a lot. So it can become a whole lot of money for me. But also, there's no such thing as no returns. Because if a buyer's not happy, what are they going to do? They're going to say not as described or defective or any of the other cases where you have to take the return. So years ago, I opted into this. And I still, even with 60 returns, I still think it's worth it.
Fun Finds Outpost put in your Discord that they had 2 returns in fourth quarter that were INADs because they didn't offer the free returns at the time, and they do the 1-day shipping. So all they have to do is offer the free 30-day returns, and they would be Top Rated Seller Plus. But they got 2 INADs that were lies
because that's what the liar buyers do.
They don't want to pay for them for
they
buying
don't want
something.
the item, and you're going to get it back. For us, my total refunds were a little over $1,300. My final value fee savings, because I am Top Rated Seller Plus, about $2,000. So, because I'm top rated selling, even with the refunds, I still made, about $600 above and beyond the refunds. So it's still a win-win for me to offer this stuff. Is it annoying? It's very annoying. And, but all in all, it's not been most people, I get the item back, I just relist it. I've had a couple, like a return I got yesterday. This was on Christmas Day. This was my return for Christmas Day. They claimed it was the lights were intermittent and it wasn't working properly. I had it in a video showing that it did work. Things happen. It could have got damaged. This is how I got it back. This, no bag, no cushioning, in a paper bag. And it's totally not working at all. Nothing is coming from it. I just really thought it was going to be a buyer's remorse return, which is why I insisted that they go ahead and return it to me. But, nothing. It is completely dead because it had 0 protection being shipped back to me. But frankly, it's annoying because there's nothing I can do. They were already saying it was defective and didn't work.
You were getting it back, even if you didn't offer free returns.
Yep, I was getting it back.
The other thing with Top Rated Seller Plus is those ratings on eBay boost you in the algorithm, supposedly. So that should help you get more sales. And as a legitimate buyer, not some scammer buyer, but a legitimate buyer is going to come in and see that, this seller offers free returns. So if I have a problem, I'm not going to be out this. They're going to take care of me. So that should give buyers more confidence. And those two together should help boost your sales overall so that you're not just making this extra $600 or $700 or whatever, that $600 there, that you're going to make how much more? I don't know, but you're going to make more than that because of the confidence and the boost in the algorithm.
Yep. Hopefully this year won't be so bad, but I picked up a return yesterday. I got another return yesterday, so it is what it is, y'all. Found these at a yard sale when we were up in Connecticut. We ran around that Saturday with my friend Courtney, and stopped at a yard sale that was selling a lot of Disney. This is Disney Parks Mickey Mouse print pajamas, and they sold for $22.21. Williams College. This was advertising or mascot type plush. It's a purple cow, and it sold very quickly for $30.
Isn't the Purple Cow a restaurant around here?
It was, yeah.
Did they go out of business?
I don't know if they're still in business. All right, Dandy White Bear plush from 2004 sold for $15.25. I don't pick up a whole lot of Dandy anymore. Hallmark Snoopy Dog with like a winter scene printed on him, $10.49. Gunn Brown Bear plush 12-inch sold for $16.16. Glad to see more bears leaving. Jepetto Monkey hand puppet plush sold for $16.16. Takiri Lila Lucas lamb squeaker toy sold for $12. Doubletree Hotel chocolate chip plush. Anytime I find advertising plush, I tend to pick it up. This little 5-inch cookie sold for $14.82. Brontosaurus Dinosaur Plush. Don't think it had a brand on it. Sold for $12.10. Y'all, I think this was my best sell of that 4-day period. And these have been listed forever, and they sold for my full price. Mattel Monster High, the boys. It was a lot of 4 of the boys. One of them's even, no, 2 of them are missing an arm. And they sold for $89.95. Animal Land Mir Cat plush by Ronco sold for $11.66. Not a brand I will probably pick up. Disney Zoom Zoom Mickey and Minnie Mouse plush. These are the larger 12-inch ones. Finally sold for $15. This is another really good sale. Pick this up, I'm pretty sure at the bins. I thought it was like a for real, but they're actually called Joy for All cats. And a lot of times they're used as companion animals for like nursing home residents. They make sounds, just very interesting. I had a video showing that it worked, and it sold for $59.95. Nerds Candy Plush. Anytime I see these, I grab them. They don't last very long. I listed this in October. It sold in December, $17.95. I bought a huge lot of vintage children's clothes that had been in a boutique. It was an online auction. I won the entire thing for $5. This was in it. I didn't hardly list any of it. It is still back there. A lot of it had stains. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I may just make a couple of large lots and see if somebody else wants to get them. But this Carousel Infant My First Christmas outfit sold for $15.25. This is a nylon-bodied Christmas teddy bear, sold for $12.12. Kenner Fashion Star Phillies Brochure. I remember this being in a box of other stuff. I didn't have this horse, but I decided it's just the brochure that came with the horse from 1988. Sold for $10. This is Wags the dog from Wiggles. I do really well. I don't find Wiggles stuff very often anymore. This took a couple of months, but it sold for $17.95. A&A Plush. This is a Armadillo. Just listed it again in October. Sold $8.87. I think it was probably in a bag. This is from my Snoopy lot. Almost every what sold video has something from that Snoopy lot. These were paper towels from 2000, and they sold for $15. Little Tikes red gas can sold for $12.12.
Does it work better than those new ones they make us buy now?
Yeah, they're terrible. Anytime you can find one at an estate sale, get it. The vintage ones. The older ones that don't have the weird nozzles.
Maybe I'm just not smart enough, but I always end up tearing it apart.
I told you I sent you that reel, that TikTok on the new little spray nozzle thing you can attach to the, and just spray stuff straight into your gas tanks. I sent it to you. You said yes, you would like that.
I thought it was going to be a flamethrower. If you're spraying gas.
No. Robert has a flamethrower. He burnt the siding off of my building.
Just one little melty spot. Because
He
of the
was going
grass.
after the weeds.
You don't have to tell everything.
Aurora Fat Gray Striped Cat from 2018 sold for $11.
It's not the kind of flamethrower like you see in the movies. It's a little torch that burns weeds. I don't want people getting the wrong idea and calling the ATF on me or something.
I picked up a bunch of vintage handkerchiefs at, well, it was an estate sale, but she was actually, I think, had been a seller and was going out of business. I picked up quite a few things there. I divvied up a bunch of the handkerchiefs into small lots. I think I have a little bit of them left. This set sold for $12. It was 6 of the handkerchiefs. Care Bears Cub Share Bear from 2005 sold for $10. Walmart Gray Dog Plush sold for $13.45. I'm still picking up tons and tons of dogs and cats. This is Russ Tuffy the Bulldog Plush, sold for $9.86. Blankets and Beyond Little Gray Elephant Plush. Most of them are bread and butter. This one sold for $8.96. This was another really nice sale, but it had been listed since before 2023. I picked this up at a yard sale in our area. I want to say I paid a couple dollars for it. It is a mohair bear by Kirby Smith. It did have glass eyes, jointed limbs, and it sold for $52.46. This is a musical skiing bear plush. Again, another one of my old listings. Don't you love when something's on sale for $15.25 and they send you a $15 offer? You can't hit that button quick enough because you can't ask for much better than that. $15. I just listed this. We had a Ronco Papille pasta maker. I went ahead and broke it up into parts. And this was just the measuring cup and lid, and it sold for $10.95. Same day I listed it. Green envelope women's t-shirt sold for $13.21. Same day I listed it, and which was good because the day that it sold, I'm pretty sure we were at the bins and I saw, or no, the next time we went to the bins, I found another one of these shirts. So I know it's going to sell very, very quickly. Garanimals Little Girl Lovey sold for $9.86. I love picking up Garanimals. All right, Wade figure lot of 8. I picked this up the first time we ever went to this little church thrift store. I want to say I paid a couple of dollars for this, and there were some other things with it. And they sold for $22.45. Showed this in a recent haul. This is more from the last box of the Snoopy stuff. It was just a little mini ornament, sold very quickly, $8.96. Hasbro Sesame Street Cookie Monster sold for $8.96. And then last but not least, I found this in a tote. I'm trying to go through my profit piles again, y'all. I'm touching shelves and getting stuff off and putting it in a donate bag. Took like 6 bags up to the road the other day. They were gone within 24 hours. I'm doing it again as soon as I can. But this was something that's got scooted away somewhere. And it is Fisher-Price Little People. It is the bridge for the 997 Village. And it sold for full price, $19.95.
Speaking of things getting scooted away, Rebel said she wanted to attack some of the profit piles again this year because you attacked them pretty hard last year. They didn't all go away. We pulled up a little bit more. There were things in the shop that were in my way because they're in my way because she wants me to make way to get my stuff out of the shop to put her stuff in the shop. Well, the eBay stuff, so it's
Yes,
my
the
stuff,
eBay
but
stuff.
it's her stuff. I'm blaming her. So I drug over 3 or 4 boxes and totes of stuff and said, "Here, this is what's next. Deal with
And
it."
I'm working on them. I'm working on them. So
And you already sold something out of it, didn't you?
I think so. Yeah, the Geo Tracks. I'm already selling a bunch of that. All right, y'all. It's time to get to work.
It ain't that time yet.
Yeah, it is.
We got work to do. I got to eat first.
Yes.
Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, leave something mean again. Those are fun.
No. All right, y'all. Bye.